been a while since I've done one of these. Almost 2 weeks now, something like that. It's great to see you again. If you haven't seen my other videos, go to patrickthomasnews.com. Okay, to catch everybody up, if you haven't been watching these vlogs, here are some quick cliff notes. Number one, my sister tested positive for COVID-19. She is doing much better. I had symptoms. I got tested once. Those results were inconclusive. I got tested a second time. Those proved to be negative. So that's good. Here we are. And a week and a half ago, I returned to work from quarantine. So I'm back out, doing what I love, in the field that I love, telling stories about folks like you and me, facing this thing together, this nasty beast we're calling COVID-19. And as I talk about this beast, because it is one, in so many ways. I wrote down six numbers, and I want to be organized, especially for this one. And the first one I wrote down is courage. Courage to me is not the absence of fear. It's charging forward in the face of it. I'm sure when American soldiers were getting out of those boats on the shores of Normandy, they didn't have a choice. I think courage is the willingness to just get out of bed. I think it's a willingness to keep going on every day. And for many, from what I can see, it's people continuing to not give up when they either haven't had their stimulus check come in the mail or received it digitally in their bank accounts, or they're people trying to find out ways to get food, support their families any way they can. And it's really hard right now. So first off and foremost, I want to applaud the folks who continue to show that. The second one is faith. I'll use myself as an example. I battle a lot of self-worthiness issues. I am confident in a lot of the things that I can do. I'm a people person. I connect with people well. I also have doubts about what it is that I can and can't do in this world. A more apt example is, am I good enough to do what I'm doing in my career? Can I go higher? Can I go farther? Further, actually. If you ever watched Finding Forrester, you would appreciate that distinction. It's faith in yourself and your abilities. And I just share that because in my personal life, I found that it's best if you don't make any more roadblocks than you've already got in front of you. Don't add mental roadblocks and emotional roadblocks to life when you're already faced with plenty. Have faith in yourself. Put trust in yourself that you can get things done. Trust your gut instincts. Your instincts are given to you at birth. They're passed down from your parents. They're with you always. Don't second guess yourself during this time, even if things get dark for you. Number 3 is compassion. I think having a heart right now is integral. One of the most essential things that our world needs. It's what will define us later on when they write about this moment in history. Compassion is, I believe, keeping a lot of people from taking their own life. It's giving them the hope that a brighter day will come. It's restoring their belief that there are good people in the world. It can be something as simple as donating food, or money to a cause. Having a heart right now is one of the most amazing things you can do. And if that's all you can do, if you don't have the money or food to donate, drive a load of groceries over to someone's home. That's amazing. And don't doubt how much someone will love that. Number 4 is growth and fire. And I use this because how much we can grow right now. What is the thing you have to get past in order to get where you're going? We're all experiencing a pandemic, to my knowledge, that is unlike anything in modern times. Growth is relative. For some, they have depression. Others might have lack of confidence, undervaluing of their worth to themselves and the world. For me, growth and fire means being put in a tight, and what my family calls a tight, my granddad would call a tight, is you're maybe in a job or a financial situation or anything really, and you can't change it, yet you have to be tough and push your way through. And when you get in a tight is when you find out who you are. I'm learning that I can grow right now. Every day I get out of bed, I'm intentional. I'm intentional about what I want from that day. Today was something as silly as don't be late to anything. Don't be dilly-dallying around if you get a call to go to this scene, this story. That may sound stupid to you guys, but for me, time management is always something I'm working on. But to mention, we're talking about time management, right? And it may sound silly, and it's something I have to work on daily. And I got my feet in the stirrups of time management in undergrad at Birmingham Southern, and I sometimes I do so well, other times I don't do as well. And I have ADHD, and my thoughts can be anywhere and everywhere. So I always exercise and I meditate daily. Those are some of my things that I do to try to stay grounded. But back to what I was saying about growth and fire is I did that today, and I challenged myself to work on something that there's no excuse to never be able to do under any circumstances, regardless of what your disorder is, as long as it doesn't ail you to the point of you having to be homebound or needing other serious mental help. You should always do. And actively choosing to be resilient. And by what I mean by that is your actions are revealing where you want to go. And the actions are speaking for you. By making certain decisions day in and day out, you're finding ways to get yourself mentally, emotionally stronger during this time. It can be something as okay, I'm going to keep a commitment to completely give up smoking, completely give up all nicotine products, and you're making what you're doing. It's an actionable promise every day. You're showing to yourself, hey, I can do this. So you're growing and finding ways to boost yourself up. Maybe you didn't think you could, but you can't change anything, else in your life. You're choosing to do something better. That's number 4. And then number 5, walls. And I like this one, and I can say this one's not really mine. It's not really original to me, but I heard it today in my meditation, and I really, really loved it. And it talked about putting up emotional and mental barriers for yourself after maybe a harsh time or period in your life, and you're trying to come back around, and you put them up so you don't get hurt again. And, you know, to some degree, those are good. But eventually, those walls can also keep you from pursuing a job you might like, the person you could fall in love with, the person who could be who you need in your life. So many things, and those walls need to come down. Those walls, what did they say? They said, basically, any boundaries you have in your mind aren't worth it if the risk of keeping them up are much greater, or is much greater, than the reward of pulling them down and seeing where you can go. So walls, number 5. I really like that one. I really like that. And the number 6 is resolute. Not resolutions, not reservations, not reservations about making resolutions and whether you should be resolute about it. I mean, resolute. And that's my 6th and final one. At some point in life, wherever you are, whether you're in some back alley or you're living life up in the hills, or you're facing some mental hardships, some financial hardships, or maybe you've got a good job right now and that's not a concern, but you have some other pitfalls. Maybe it's depression. Some people in my family battle that. Right now, being resolute to me is purposefully and admirably pursuing each moment like it could be your last, and choosing to not let anything get you down, or if you do get down, really, excuse me, let me reword that. If you do get down, choosing to work through it, that even though you're feeling these palpable emotions and feelings and hurts and all this mental imagery that's it's particular to you, you choose to go forward and work through it and carve out your own path to the life you want to live. And you're doing it right through the middle of this pandemic. So I end on all that. This ran long, but I liked it. I think it was a good one. Hopefully y'all do too. I'm enjoying these. I hope you guys are. And so number 1, let's go back through the list again. Courage. Number 2 is faith. Number 3 is compassion. 4, growth and fire. 5, walls. And 6, resolute. So that's where I'm at, part of my journey and some of the things I've written down. And I have really enjoyed sharing my life with all of you. And I want you to all know that if you feel alone, you're not. You're not. And if you do get that way, reach out to somebody. Ask somebody what their favorite thing is about you, or why they like you so much. And they'll give you answers you never could understand. I know we all get down on ourselves. I do it all the time. I've done it a few times today. For those of us who are feeling strong, when you're strong, pick up others who are feeling weak. When you do things like that, we're stronger together. All right, loves, I'm out for the night. It's time to go to the couch, have some cold ones. God bless all of you. I love all of you. Take care of yourselves. If you need help, reach out to anyone. We're gonna make it through this. I promise we will. Take care.